Hi, my name is Brandon Rice, and I'm a health coach here at Partner MD's Short Pump location. And for all of you that are getting ready for spring half marathon training, I've got just a few tips and some recommendations on ways that you can make sure that you are prepared and you run the best possible race that you can. So I think the first and easiest thing to do to get started is to assess your gear, right? To understand what types of shoes that you're going to be using. I don't recommend you break in that new pair of shoes on race day. Make sure that you take your time to wear your new shoes, get them prepared, understand how it makes your body feel 2, 3, or even a week after you're wearing them for the first time to make sure that they're not going to wear different, you're not going to get blisters. And the same goes for the clothes, especially during the beginning part of the year. The weather here in Richmond, at least, can be uh, it can be difficult to prepare for the weather. So making sure that you've got the right layers. You don't want to wear too much while you're out there because once you start running, you're going to be getting warm. So really looking at the inventory of what you have. If you're going to be bringing any sort of snacks while you're running, make sure that you have something to put them in. So really start to assess your gear, start to make plans ahead of time to make sure that you have what you need. Uh, as far as the amount of time that you should be preparing for your race, I typically recommend 1 week per mile. So if you're going to be running a half marathon, which is 13.1, you want to give yourself about 13 weeks in order to be able to prepare, make sure that you're focusing on progression through your training program, and you're giving yourself plenty of time to get ready for the race. As far as the training goes during that initial training period, try to alternate your training styles. Don't always run at the same pace. Try shorter, faster runs. Try longer and even slower runs. Being able to vary your body's ability during those moments can really help improve your chances of success on actual race day. And speaking of race day, what should you be eating? I think there is a real opportunity for you to be able to take advantage of nutrition as you are preparing for the race. So ensuring that you have good nutrition at least a week ahead of time. Making sure that you're eating relatively low fiber options and relatively high carbohydrate fueling sources to make sure that your body has those glycogen stores to be able to put forth the effort while you're on the race course. So things like pasta, your white breads, your simple carbs are really going to help give you the ability to put forth the effort while you're actually on your run. As far as your race day and actually being on to the course, I typically recommend anywhere between 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrates per hour, depending on your pace. So the more intense that you're running, the more carbohydrates your body is going to need in order to maintain that pace. Those gummy bears, the jelly beans, the granola bars, all of those things are great options while you're on the course and you're making sure that you're fueling throughout that run. Most, between 2 to 3 hours as far as the race is going to go. So I would recommend anywhere between 60 and 120 extra grams of carbohydrates to make sure that you're fueled. Cross training. Cross training as far as resistance training, yoga, cycling, all of those other components are great ways to be able to build up strength in other areas. Make sure that your body is completely prepared to be able to put forth the effort while you're on the course. Recovery, right? Especially after you're done with your longer runs, making sure that you're putting back in those good carbs, your protein especially. We want to make sure we recover, we repair. That's ultimately what maintaining that skeletal muscle mass is going to be. As you're expending more calories on a regular basis, we want to make sure to replace those calories with positive things like good sources of protein and good unsaturated fats. As far as while you're on the course, make sure that you aren't afraid of taking walks, right? Make sure that you're able to complete the race. So if that means walking for another couple of minutes in between different mile markers, make sure that you take that time to be able to recover, listen to your body, and make sure you play it safe while you're out there. Two more quick ones. find your race pace, right? Make sure that you kind of set yourself up for the best chance for success by not starting out too quick. We want to stay within a reasonable pace. So make sure you continue to check how frequently you're running your miles to make sure that you're not burning yourself out in the beginning and you can't complete it towards the end. And then try to walk or run with others while you're on the course. Or even while you're training, it'll help push you, it'll help keep you accountable to make sure that you have the best race you can. Good luck, guys.